Hello, folks. Welcome to our very first episode of Mark and Kirsty banging on about Microsoft 365. I'm Mark Thompson, and my co-host is.
I'm Kirsty. Hi.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Kirsty.
Mark.
So, Kirsty, right? So, do you want to tell the good people how you have the pleasure of knowing me?
Uh, should we change that from pleasure? Gosh, we've been consultants for many, many years. I've been consultant this year for 30 years. And we met on a contract, I don't even know how many years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I don't know, originally. And then
Feels
our
longer.
paths keep crossing. Yeah, it does feel longer. But recent one was the Inform team, and that was about just under 5 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And also, we've worked on a couple of blogs together, a couple of videos together, and we've been on a couple of contracts for Inform, and turns out that we work okay together, don't we? We went to a couple of conferences, and what basically, folks, we've got lots and lots of stuff that we know about Microsoft 365 and Teams and all the apps that are coming out, and we just wanted a bigger audience and to share that with you. Okay, so that brings me on, Kirsty, to what the podcast and this blog is about. So the Mark and Kirsty banging on about Microsoft 365. What do you think we'll be covering and what sort of stuff?
Okay, so I think first of all, banging on, you'll probably go on and on and on, whereas I'll just be giving so many hints, tips, and
Right,
tricks.
right, folks. Let me just tell you what she's talking about there. So we worked together on a couple of large government contracts, and I'll be explaining something, and she is just prodding me and giving me the thumbs up. When she gives me the thumbs up, she's like, "Move on, move on." So yeah, there's a bit of a theme there, isn't there? I just like detail,
Yeah,
Kirsty.
I know. I'm more of just get on with it, find it, do it, whereas you need to know the detail, which I suppose that's quite good if you're working with a colleague like we are. So, yeah. So, with regard to M365, what I think of M365 is, and to me, as an end user, it's just a suite of applications that's going to make my life easier. And this is when I suppose I do become a little bit geeky because I like, and I know you do, many icons, many functions that people think, oh, I would use it for that, but I'm not going to use it. Whereas if
Mm.
you turn it on its head, you think, oh my gosh, it can do this, this, and this. And that's what I love about M365. And it's just looking all the different functionality and how it's going to work for you.
Yeah, folks. So when I do a session, I'm often uh, fairly structured, and I particularly I love stuff that's new. I like doing my updates about what's new, what's coming soon. Microsoft 365. The thing Kirsty's great at is digging into those little features that are either new or been there for a long time, but you overlook. But she'll show you these little things, and it's like, wow, that's incredible. One of my favourites, Kirsty, is I think it's Alt Shift and then the up arrow to move chunks of
Mm.
text in PowerPoint and Word and stuff like that. And we'll show you stuff like that. Um, so we're going to do it in different series. So in seasons. So season one, we're just going to give you a quick overview of first of all what Microsoft 365 is, and then go through the applications because we're looking at this from the end user's point of view. And for me, Microsoft 365, yeah, you have like maybe your family plan, and you got your Word, PowerPoint, and that sort of stuff. Then you got like the business plan, and it gets a few more features, and then enterprise licenses that have even more. But we're going to focus strictly on the end user stuff. So from an end user's point of view, you might think of Microsoft 365 as this umbrella name, and you have SharePoint and Teams and Word and PowerPoint and Planner and To Do. Anything else chuck in there, Kirsty? Maybe you might chuck in OneNote as well.
Sorry, you were just going on a bit too much
Well,
there. I
okay, okay,
don't
there you
write
go.
it
There's going
down.
to be a lot of this, folks. Um, okay, the other thing I want to say is, and I'd like us to get across, is that I think that Microsoft 365 is made up of really easy, simple building blocks. The challenge is knowing what those building blocks are and
Yeah,
what order to string them together to make really, really good outcomes.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Um, Okay, Kirsty. So I think we've covered off who we are, what the blog, what the podcast and the blog's going to be about. So season one is just about going all the apps. Just giving you a quick recap. Do you want to tease the people with what season two might be, Kirst?
You put me on the spot there. Season 2.
Yeah.
Have we discussed season
So
2?
we have discussed season two, but obviously Kirsty's playing coy and it's a secret. We'll tell you about that another time. All right, Kirsty. So who we are, what the blog is, what Microsoft 365 is, just very briefly. Anything to add, or shall we wrap up and then get ready for episode two?
Yeah, I just said that then I'm looking forward to sharing hints, tips and tricks. And like you say, just doing those building blocks, those organize. I suppose the word I'm trying to think of is organizing your way that you work to make your life as simple and as easy as possible. So yeah, bring it on.
Okay,
Episode 2.
all right. Thank you, Kirsty. Folks, thank you for listening and watching. Whether you're getting this from a podcast or from YouTube, please subscribe and we'll see you next time.
Bye.